Evan Dimas, both very short, and it's nearly cut out by Kumran. A gamble to play Kumran for Malaysia?
Well, certainly not if he's on the pitch. I think they've made enough of calculations. He does give you so much going forward. Maybe he just wants good 60 minutes from him.
Milano wins the throw-in off Tanabalan. Shamakuti. Azam does well. Adam Norazlin was trying to play in Shazwan Andik. Got to commend the ground staff at Shah Alam and the Selayang. Huge amount of football played on these pitches, and they still both look pretty good. Alana. Shabandi. Evan. Rizaldi. He's got a lovely left foot, Rizaldi. He puts the ball out of play with his left foot.
Well, just coming back to the Indonesian side, just go back to the Suzuki Cup, the senior team. No one gave them a chance in that Suzuki Cup 2016, and they ended up finishing second. They huffed and puffed, but they just made it to the final. Almost similar, we can say. First game, losing 1-0 against Thailand, and
looks for February. February. Oh, coming through was Yabas Ronnie at the back stick. Yabas. Evan Dimas. Rizaldi. Certainly started with a fair amount of confidence, Indonesia. February. Taking on Davis, and February. Knocked off by Irfan Zakaria. Shama. Malaysia continue with this three men at the back. Adam Norazlin to Safawi. Kumran in the middle if Safawi can get a cross in. Safawi Rashid. Tanabalan! Off the line. Safawi. Tanabalan! Offside and wide anyway.
well, again, that's where we know Malaysia can hurt Indonesia. That was a quality ball from Adam Norazlin right to Safawi Rashid. Puts in a delicious ball at that back post. You would say, in Tanabalan's form, that should have been a goal. That should have been on target. And on the second try, you're certainly coming off an offside position. But Safawi Rashid, again, providing what is needed.
February. David Molana. Rizaldi. It's a question there of Shazwan Andik. Ezra. In fact, Indonesia play two wide players, means they can look to get in behind the wing backs. Shobandi. Second foul on Mazamazi.
Well, getting back to your point there, there's Rizaldi and Pudugede, both on the right and left of Indonesia. Firstly, they've got to feel out the game because now they're facing Tanabalan, who's quick. Safawi Rashid is really quick on the left-hand side. They've got defensive duties and got to be on the back foot at the start.
Great backdrop. Irfan Zakaria. Throws this in. Header! Loops over the top, Tanabalan. Although it's taken a deflection off Andy Seto Nugroho.
Andy Seto was maybe just deflected off him. That's why it's a corner. Gotta say, the ball was put in a very good area. Yes, he actually is defended that. ball really well. The ball was just coming for Hansama Yamu.
And they're missing their key centre-back, Hansamu. Shazwan's corner. Defended by Ezra. It is Shamakuti. Goes to the ground. We do like this referee.
Just looking back at Tanabalan's header earlier, I think he just lost focus at the very end. The ball was at that far post. You expect him to hit the target, and sometimes he just takes off your eyes a little bit off the ball. That's what happens.
There's Tanabalan. Kumran wins the header ahead of Sharbandi. Shamakuti. Been ambitious. Davis is playing at the right wing back and he's taken to the advanced position with has enjoyed getting forward. Azamaze. And outside of him, this is Davis. The best ball for Kumran. Satya coming back in goal. Another circles, that might be a back pass.
There's no protest from Kumaran or Tanabalan or Safawi Rashid. I don't think they saw it, but it's clear here. He's made his ties.
Nice lads, that's what they are, nice lads. Adam Norazlin. Safawi looks for Kumran. Oh, the keeper came a long way, nearly misjudged it. Tanabalan nearly got through.
I think he's been asked by Luis Miller to just push forward a little bit after that first attack, that counter-attack. Because you know Malaysia loves this balls behind that back four. If your goalkeeper is in a good position, he can play that sweeper-keeper role.
Foul there by Hanif Sharbandi. Being a midfielder. Adib. Davis. He was going forward as Adib played the ball short. Now then, David Molana as he off his line quickly. As Yabez is quick.
Well, Septin Maulana, the playmaker for Indonesia, he's given that kind of time and space. He can always ping those balls. But again, Haziq Nazli, who had my praise against Myanmar, his starting positioning has been really good, and that's why he gets there earlier than Yabez Roni.
Shazwan. Faced by two red blankets. Azam. Angled ball. Davis. Maybe needed to put it across the floor, Matty Davis.
Well, that was a genuine chance here from Matthew Davis. Azam Azi putting that ball through. One of those players that sees a pass early. And then, well, again, as much as I said about Tanabalan just taking his eyes off a little bit for that header, I thought Matthew Davis did exactly the same. But you try and concentrate too much to put the cross and not focus on the ball which is arriving to your feet, you just can miss-hit it.
Shazwan's header, head of Yabez Roni. boxers circling each other in the ring just at the moment. The odd little jab being thrown. Rizaldi. February makes the run. Rizaldi. Haziq makes the punch, only as far as Yabas. Adam Norazlin is covering his goalkeeper Haziq. Rojo's header. Yabas Ronnie hit that well. Adam Noor again. Shazwan. Kumran trying to blaze in Safawi. Shazwan Andik. Safawi wins the challenge. Take by Satriatama.
Well, you could see the idea from Safawi Rashid. Sees two players in white, Kumaran and Tanabalan. So goalkeeper Satria just does enough to make sure he's been between both that strikers.
Dimas across. Oh, it's short. Evan in first. And Evan might line up the pass. David Molana doesn't catch it right. There's Evan Dimas, what he does well. He's got that little extra acceleration which catches people by surprise. We'll come back to that in a moment. As Yabas Ronnie is attacking Shazwan. Irfan Zakaria puts it out for a throw-in.
Well, again, it's been Evan Dimas coming up with those little surprises you mentioned, as Septin Molana with the ball, and then Yabas Ronnie has started this match really well, providing pace, getting into great positions. We saw him volley a ball earlier.
Shamakuti puts it out for another Indonesia throw. Shama defend that well. Evan, time on the ball. He always seems to have time on the ball. Rizaldi looks for Ezra Walian. Just eased off it. Shazwan panics. Yabas Ronnie then beaten to the challenge by Shazwan Andik. One goal asks for Kumran, and again, very high starting position by Satriatama.
Well, certainly did not see that on that first pass. We saw Safawi Rashid coming and delivering that ball to that far post of Tanabalan. Now you see Satriatama just pushing up high. You can understand why Malaysia just looking to put that ball just behind that back four.
Rizaldi. Tackle by Adib. Good coaching by Lewis Miller. He's seen a tactic and he's put in a plan to stop it. Davis.
I've got to say, it's been a very bright start from the away side. They've brought the game to Malaysia. They're not sitting back. They know Malaysia are pressing high. But instead of absorbing that pressure, they're making this their own den at the moment. This was the best chance of the game so far. I thought Haziq Nazli did really well. Got the punch. And then Adam Norazlin, he had three players on the line. Goalkeeper has gone further. So great defending as well.
That ground level shot shows that the pitch is cutting up a little bit, which is reasonable considering all the football that's been played on it. Adam Noor. on occasion for these young players, and it doesn't seem to be getting to them. Indonesia in particular seem to be relishing this menu. Added, but static ahead of him. Indonesia well organised. Protected by Hanif Shabandi and Evan Dimas. The long ball is drinked to Ricky Saputra. There is Evan. February is tucking in as well. Evan comes deep. Protects the ball. Shamakuti. A couple of fouls now on Evan.
Evan Dimas has been growing into this tournament. Look into his first 2 games in the group, rated to be the star man of Indonesia. He certainly didn't get going at that point, but he's certainly grown into this tournament, and now he's taking control of that midfield. We can understand why he's been rated since 2016 Suzuki Cup as one of the star men coming up in Indonesian football.
Chavez just lifts the ball in for Ezra Walian. Zeke's long ball. Chases. Rizaldi, a little shove in the back by Rizaldi. Kumran will do those willing runs behind the fullbacks.
Oh, it's a bit clever as well from Kumaran. You just see him going across, inviting that challenge from Rizaldi, Menahusu. A little bit of experience that's shown by Kumaran to get that foul.
Rashid will tease this one in with his left foot. Tanabalam trying to distract the keeper. 2 in the wall. White shirts in the penalty area. And it now makes it 6. Some big lads in there as well. Shamakuti is the target. Adam Norazlin whipped in. To hit the near post. Got to tell you, in the commentary box, Stanley was saying he's going to go near post.
Well, he's beaming with confidence. You can understand. He's got the technical ability. We've seen him hit some really good free kicks. One's already hit the crossbar in this tournament.
SEA Games. A sporting exhibition. It's been great fun. The home nation, they're enjoying it. They've responded to it. It's some terrific performances from everyone. I think everyone's on a medal now. It's the long ball. It's picked up once again by Satya Tama.
And that's the ball. And Luis Milla was telling Satya Tama, you have to get that. That's the ball that will kill the back four, because Shazwan Ending, Tanabalan, or even Safawi Rashid can get to those balls.
February hits the floor. Matty Davis, that's what Matty Davis does, just gets under his skin. He's brought the extra competitive spirit to this Malaysia camp. Matty Davis, almost the Aussie aggression.
Well, it was Matty Davis, Shamir Kuti, Safawi Rashid, and S. Kumaran, including Azam Azim, who's been Malaysia's maestro in midfield. The 5 players that Dato' Gibbs did tell me personally before the start of this tournament that he wished he gets them for this competition.
Ronnie. Groho given away to Adam Norazlin. Most of the players on both sides are playing playing in top-flight competitive football in their respective countries. I only think that helps the maturity of them, the fact they're playing at the top level with imports to help, but they're under pressure week in, week out.
And playing in front of large crowds, we're talking about the Kedahan players, the Pahang players, the Johor players. You got to remember, the Liga Super Indonesia, the ISL, they're unfazed by this. They face in, week out. And that's why they're bringing the game to Malaysia.
Abang Dimas. Shabandi. Right to Kutugede to go forward. Great run from David Malana. Ezra couldn't get there. Davis clears.
And David Malana just gets behind Adam Norazlin. Puts in a beautiful ball. Top that near post 6-yard box. Unable to be got by Ezra Walian, as you see on the picture. Thought the defense just did enough to make sure Ezra didn't get there.
Yes, Adib deserves credit. Here's Kunran, the outlet ball. Where's the support? It's not there. Ricky Saputra, perhaps knowing that Kunran is carrying an injury, has clobbered him. That's an old-fashioned centre-back's challenge on a centre-forward.
Well, he's going to feel it on his knee because he's gone across. That's a dirty tackle, Ricky Saputra. He's gone for man and ball. He's got to have a word here.
He hasn't, and I tell you, Kunran does look in pain. Ricky Saputra can afford a smile because the referee has just given a little cuddle.
I think he genuinely has felt it in his knee. I think it's a bit too early, premature from the physio to kind of say he's gone. I know he's feeling on his knee, but sometimes with a knee injury you can feel it really bad, and then when you stand up, have a little jog, you might shrug it off. Unless it's an absolute serious injury, it's extremes. It's either you're completely injured or you can play.
Jaffrey Ferdhouse, true, is called, and within 25 minutes it looks like Malaysia are going to have an enforced substitution. His Penang teammate Kunran taken off the pitch. That could be a blow. That is a blow for Malaysia. I've got to say, without it being premeditated, we've seen centre-backs target players they know are injured in the past now.
Well, certainly, if he's been reading Malaysian news, has been certainly on the media, Kumaran trying to shrug off an injury walking into this match. So you brought it up, he started in the first 11. I think he looked fine for 25 minutes until that tackle. He didn't look like he was having trouble. Still don't know what is the extent of the injury from Kumaran.
Temporarily, Malaysia down to 10 men. Jaffrey Ferdhouse is waiting to come on. 1 or 2 tackles are flying around. Jaffrey Ferdhouse comes on for Kunran.
Fabri Haryadi, much in that. I think it's just that Azamasi's run through him. The only thing I was looking at, the referee, he's pointed it to Indonesia's direction, the foul.
Now it's gone the other way. That's fair enough. You're right, he did point. He got his geography wrong. Irfan slices away on Saputra, and that will go for a corner. Now that's a bonus corner for Malaysia.
Well, 2 of the best chances have fallen to the hands of Indonesia. They've done really well to get into those areas. Malaysia to come up with their own chances. We've not seen many. We've seen one from Tanah Balan missing an absolute chance to get Malaysia ahead.
Referee signaling out a couple of players, Nugroho and Adam Noor. Big lads, smiles from both. Great ball in the first one, wasn't it?
Exactly where you want the ball to be. Just take a look at this ball, 6-yard box. Bends it. Just don't know if the goalkeeper didn't react.
Back live! Touched away! Curled in by Shazwan Andik. Sakshikan howls in mouth.
We were just talking about how good that first ball, and he's improved on the second. What a fingertip from Sakshikan.
Davis! A second super save to deny Jaffrey Ferdhouse. Irfan gets the first ball. February and Irfan in a scrap. Whoa, it's warming up.
Well, you did mention a couple of times that I didn't want to say it too early, but you brought it up about Sakshikan, how crucial it is. There you go, that's that answer right there. Now twice. That's incredible. I know it's a bit direct to him, but his reflexes have been magnificent. And that's a goal-scoring chance now. Twice he saved Indonesia. Now he goes down. I mean, Kurniawan started in the last 2 games. He's done okay, but he's no Sakshikan.
Well, Jaffrey Ferdhouse, his first touch was nearly a goal. He scored 2. The big out. Of course, Sakshikan's going to be okay. Half an hour gone, no goals. And a substitution to tell you about after a crunching tackle. A really good save from Sakshikan. A whipped in corner, touched away by Sakshikan. And a save off the line by Adam Noor Azlin. Half an hour and Atacom Kipsui still looks cool.
Well, it's 0-0. Malaysia have come up with their fair share of chances. Now twice, I think. Malaysia almost getting a score sheet. This is what we used to see from Kurnia Mega. The Indonesian national goalkeeper, #1 goalkeeper, he just dominates that box. He gets fans behind him. He loves the occasion.
Jaffrey. Away by Davis. Rizaldi. Jaffrey's in. Evan. To get it. It'll be a Malaysia throw. Shazwan into Shamakuti. Sorts his feet out. And put under pressure by Yabazroni. Tanabalan by Rizaldi. Clever from Shabandi. Maulana. Ball down by Adib Zainuddin.
Well, David Maulana has been quality, I gotta say, in his number 10 areas. Just that little bit of awareness gets him away from an own rushing in front Zakaria, and then draws it back. He knew he was going to get a foul. That's what you get from a creative player.
Yabaz and Walliam are up there. Nugroho's in the box as well. The 3 with the shorts up around the thighs. Saputra. David Walliam. To the gloves of Hazi. His distribution is excellent. Safari Rashid. Jaffrey makes the run. Safawi, he looks right, he's got Azam. Safawi!
Well, the run was great. Cross two players, then gets that little space on his left. The execution wasn't that great though. Oh, just bounced a little bit at the very end. But still, we've seen much better from Safawi Rashid.
He's taken another knock. He's a little fella, Shomandi. Water wouldn't melt in his mouth. Nothing wrong with that.
That's twice Azamaze has put himself at risk. And on the first one, with Febri Hariadi, I thought the way he got into that challenge cost him the hurt. And on the second one, he's not protecting himself.
Minutes played in an atmospheric Shah Alam Stadium, packed to capacity. Malaysia under 23s 0, Indonesia under 23s 0, semi-final of the SEA Games. Thailand await in the final. February's got away from Davis. Ezra in the penalty area. And February spilled by Haziq. Wanted to recover.
I've always liked Febri Hariadi, quick feet, loves him on his left foot. This time goes to his weaker right. He drives the line, stinging shot low. Haziq Nazri, who's been solid in goal, bounces off his chest, and then the recovery was good enough.
Shama. Laze's had a little nibble there at Evan Dimas. Turned the ball and has a nibble at February. Evan, he doesn't mind the rough stuff. February again. He's given Matt Davis more trouble than anybody in this tournament.
Well, he has, because he has the quality to do so. He certainly has put Matt Davis back in a right-back position more than a right midfield position.
Got the two teenage wizards who can come on as well. Osvaldo Ardiles Hay, he plays wide, and Sadio Ramdani. Should the current two wide players tire in the second half? Irfan.
The other major talking point here in this first half is the fact that how much homework Indonesia have done on Azam Aziz. When Azam has the ball, Malaysia tends to dominate the tempo. He pings those balls really well. He's not seen much of the ball.
Davis a push on the back of February. Good battle that. February getting high fives from his teammates and coaching staff. Oh, given away, Jaffrey. Sharbandi, big strong man. Blocked off by Shama. Referee might have a word with Shama this time. Not for the ferocity of that foul, but the fact it's 3 fouls now.
Well, Dimas has not put a foot wrong in his first 40 minutes. He's been brilliant. dictating play. Shabadi's been doing the dirty job a little bit, and Ivan Lima's been stroking those balls down right and left.
As he comes a long way to make a safe catch. Nearly blocked by David Molana. Here is Azam. Make a very good point. He's been quieter than in previous games, Azam. On the ball now. Tanner Barlan. Sliding tackle from Ricky Saputra.
That's exactly what Azamazi can do when he gets time on the ball. Puts a good final pass. And Tanner Barlan, who's not seen much of the ball as well. Besides that header and a couple of runs, they've not been getting balls in position where they can hurt the Indonesian defence.
And Malaysia muck up the throw-in routine. Great camera there. Saw Ricky Saputra sliding in. There was no way Tanner Barlan was getting past. Shazwan wisely doesn't go back to his keeper. Made that well. Thailand never brings that ASEAN rule in. ASEAN players. Milan will be against.
Perlawanan saja nampaknya di pertengahan perlawanan, nampaknya Indonesia semakin banyak menyerang dan seperti yang kita maklumkan, pasukan negara Gajah Putih telah pun mengesahkan dalam acara lompat tinggi, sementara Nur Farah Hanamsa, Nur Iman Aina Ahmad Safi, Rasimah Senin dan Nurul Afiqah Abu Talib menyumbangkan penyerta bagi acara petang bagi kategori triples wanita. Kita pinggang sebagai pilihan negara adalah daripada Nur Kurataina Mamat acara berbasikal acara BMX wanita dan juga pasukan pilihan negara melalui acara golf berpasukan wanita. Baiklah, sebelum kita bawakan secara langsung separuh masa kedua perlawanan antara Malaysia dan Indonesia, kami akan tunjukkan kepada anda belanja sikit untuk cara renang di pusat akuatik Bukit Jalil. Mari kita saksikan.
Vietnam bronze, a heartbreaking fourth for Malaysia, and in comes Thailand in fifth.
Alam Stadium, half time in the SEA Games semi-final between Malaysia and Indonesia. It is goalless. Fans no doubt looking on social media for updates and reactions and trying to see themselves in the crowd shots. It is a boisterous atmosphere. It is goalless, but a 80,000 plus crowd have been treated to excitement and a very mature performance from Indonesia. Stanley Bernard Samuel, former Malaysia international, alongside me in the commentary booth. Stan, you were particularly impressed by how Indonesia set up, and off camera you were mentioning how impressed you are with Luis Miller, the coach.
Yeah, the Spanish coach who used to coach Spanish under-20 side. He's done his homework. He's watched the last 4 games of Malaysia. He's particularly picked out the Myanmar game, I must say, because he has certainly expected Malaysia to come out with the same 11. That's what they did. Attack the way they did, press the way they did. But he has answered them in this first 45 minutes. He's taken the game to Malaysia, absorbed everything Malaysia have thrown at them. And now, in the first 45 minutes, you've got to say, they aged it.
Goalless it is, though. The best chance of the half, admittedly, fell for Malaysia. A fine save from Satria Tama to deny Jaffrey Firdhouse two. The fact that Jaffrey Firdhouse is on the pitch tells you that Malaysia are shorn of one of their starting 11. Eskumran was taken off with an injured knee after a crunching tackle on him by Ricky Saputra. Indonesia are far from missing Hansama Yama, their captain at the back, and Harjianto, the heartbeat in midfield, and the power of Mariners up front. Seem to be embracing it, that it's a team game, and everybody is just giving that extra 5%.
Well, they've won that little battles, as I was mentioning. They've worked hard collectively, and even Dimas has come alive. He's got the experience, he's played in the Suzuki Cup, and he was the star man leading into the tournament. Didn't live up to expectations maybe in the first two games, but now he's hitting the right patch of form in the right time.
Crowd settles down. It is a wonderful venue when it is full, Sharlam Stadium. It's a wonderful venue when it's empty as well, but particularly when it's full. The sightlines are excellent. This is a capacity house for one of the great sporting rivalries, even if it's under 23 level. It'll be Malaysia in the white who will kick off in the second half. Jaffrey Firdhouse, true, is the man who will get us underway. Like a match official, likes to see the game flow. Malaysia, the home team in the semi-final. Thailand await. Stanley Bernard Samuel, the man who used to play for Malaysia at the national level, alongside me in the commentary booth. So if you're Datakong Kim Swee, what would you be saying?
But firstly, I've got to make sure midfielders Ivan Dimas, Ogos Ronnie, and so you've got to say Maulana, David Maulana. He's been outstanding. He's been getting the space and time to work some of his magic. So some defensive work as well to make sure, as much as they want to score goals, they've got to shut down these good players from Indonesia.
Azam Azeh, who was shut down by Indonesia with a long-range shot that was very distant. Let me give you the teams. Malaysia have Haziq in goal, a back three. Adib, Irfan Zakaria and Adam Noor Azlin. Across the midfield, Matty Davis, Azam Azeh, Shama Kuti, Shazwan Andik, Jaffrey Firdhouse True leading the line, Tanner Barlan and Safai Rashid providing the win. Here is Jaffrey. He's got a bit of pace. He's better on his right foot.
Well, I'm impressed, that little burst from him. Just get ahead of the defender, and then experience plays a part there. I thought he could have just hold that ball, drag it back. He's got support in Tanner Barlan, who's always close to. It's so important for a striker to know when you've got a player like Tanner Barlan, because he gets there as quick as you as a top striker.
That's out of play. Indonesia. Satria Tama with the bad free kick in goal, but that's the only bad thing he's done. A back for Puto Gede, Andy Nugroho, Ricky Saputra and Rizaldi. Evan Dimas and Hanif Shavandi in midfield. Yabus Ronnie and Febri Haryadi out wide. David Malana providing support for Ezra Walia. Safawi, full of confidence, but too full of confidence.
Again, I was just looking at David Maulana's challenge on Azam Azeh. He's got in, he's tied on him, and then a little shove. You know, football, I mean, it's still fair, it's really hard, but I can see it coming from a tactical perspective. His direct instructions, going hard, clean, no malicious, but be strong on it, and that's what Indonesia has done in the first 45 minutes.
Ezra tries to release Febri. Will enjoy the chance to run at Matt Davis. Tanner Barlan helps out. Febri takes it away from him. Still February. Still February. Van Zakaria helps out Matt Davis.
He's winning that little battle against Matt Davis at this point. He's a very quick player.
High break to Ezra. Shazwan.
Really strong down the left-hand side. Again, you saw him just whiz past two players.
Shabandi steps in to stop Hazam. Saputra puts the ball out of play because Shabandi has taken a knock. Sorry, it's David Malana. Just clipped on the ankle. I don't think there was any malicious intent, as you have the phrase. Good phrase, I like that. Nonetheless, the stud on the ankle hurts.
Well, it's a stinging pain. It will last at least a minute or two. But most likely, players will shrug it off as soon as you get back on the pitch.
Sharbandi's come into the heart of midfield. He's been a good foil for Evan Dimas. Number 21 and the number 6 in, shot together appropriately. As the cameras pan onto the Ultras Malaya, they respond their chants to the Indonesian fans at the other end. Takong Kim Sui is the man in charge of Malaysia under-23s, who formerly was the national coach. Until earlier this year he was the national coach, but he was also, prior to that, the under-23 coach. Malaysia sportingly give the ball back. Shazwan's header, and I'm wondering whether there was a deliberate little step on the foot there. The assistant referee has flagged immediately. Stan?
Well, again, I think Ezra Wallen is going really hard, and then, yes, that's intent. That's what you call intent. He knew exactly what he was doing there. There you go. Ezra Wallen, left starts on the right foot. Why was the linesman flagging the referee when he's not mentioning it?
Sharma. Davis. Tanabalam tries to get the better of Rizaldi. Davis got forward massively when Malaysia played in the group games and against Myanmar. Hasn't been able to do so today. Tanabalan, who smuggled that one through. Still Tanabalan. Azam. Adib. Shamakuti. Nagroho was out very quickly. And Safai Rashid, a little push on the back of Evan Dimas, so it was caught on the back of the head.
Again, Malaysia is coming up with that attack. Tanabalan just getting into that byline area and then trying to get across it again. You can see Indonesia looking very stable, very steady. Few half and puffs here, a few shots on Malaysia. They look like they can absorb it.
Safawi's header. Nagroho. Vicky Saputra. Aslin's given that away. Don't want to give the ball to David Malana because he can hurt you. Evan Dimas. Ezra. Adam Norazlin gets in the tackle and comes off Ezra for a goal kick.
Now Ivan Dimas picks up good places on the pitch and then links that little play. Ezra Walian again feeling very indecisive when he gets that first touch. It takes a bit too long. Yeah, certainly you could say missing Marinas a little bit up front. His presence has been really good throughout the group games. Reminds me a bit of Paul Solosa, not in the same line, but the presence that he brings on the pitch, Marinas.
There's only one ball, Solosa. Still going. Not quite under 23 anymore. Shazwan Andik. Good strength from the Groho. Free kick's been given against Nugroho there. It just looked like a really good old-fashioned, strong centre-backs challenge.
I thought it was clean as just said it as. Very good tackle there, Andrew Seto Nugroho. Timed his tackle to perfection. Malaysia now with a good opportunity. And a free kick that we thought is not a free kick.
Irfan Zakaria comes up from sweeper. For the near post. Irfan normally hit the ball pretty sweetly. Irfan, clever ball into space. Davis. Another poor cross from Matt Davis. Evan Dimas picks it up. And then a rarity, a poor ball from David Malana. Rizaldi. He must be horrible to play against Tanabalan. Always in your face.
Well, just because it's purely based on work rate, fitness, and running. And he doesn't give you that much of physical presence, but you're absolutely right. He's always down your neck.
Malaysia's Dirk Kuyt. Ezra Walian. On to Evan Dimas. Evan. A daisy cutter. Good distribution from Haziq.
Well, again, very decent build-up play. It's Ivan Dimas picking up the right places on the pitch. I know not the best of shots. He wanted to put it on target. Didn't get enough of power behind that football.
I love the fact Haziq showed proper goalkeeper technique, knee behind the ball. Shama. Tanabalan. Davis. Safawi. Slipped the inappropriate moments as far as Malaysia are concerned. Ezra again. Haziq. Not quickly.
Again, just have a look at his starting positioning. I mean, you mentioned about a technique. He just gives you the aura that he's a bit of a no-nonsense goalkeeper. Just wants to get on with game, gets the ball, releases really early. Starting positioning in those areas have been impressive. Sweeper keeper role so far, as much as we mentioned about Satria Tama from Indonesia.
Andy Setio Nugroho with a challenge on Tanabalan. That one is a free kick.
Oh, that's a foul, I was about to say that.
Is that February sitting on the floor? It's David Malana. Right, he was injured before, David Malana.
Well, if David is to go off as Ivan Dimas is rolling his thumbs, you expect Sadil Ramdani or Gavin Atsit, one of those two, to come on. Don't see past both of these players because they've certainly played a huge part in the group stages. I like Sadil Ramdani. Just show you about the weapons they have off the bench. Kind of a substitute player you want to come on in the last 20 minutes. But I know what you're going to be mentioning. David Maulana has been in a class of his own tonight. He's been dominating that midfield, final passes, getting into good areas. A very good thinking player.
Thailand await the winners. Thailand left it to the 96th minute to score their goal to see off the challenge of Myanmar, the brave challenge of Myanmar. Look forward. The goalkeeper had to cling on to that.
A bit of venom behind that. Again, catches Satya Tama by surprise, because again you can see Satya Tama starting a bit ahead, and then he was trying to go to his right side, trying to steal a little bit, and then I think Safawi didn't get the bend he wanted to that near post.
Any kind of a fumble. Two Malaysian players were there. That's good goalkeeping. Talk about the technique of Haziq. Good safe hands from Satya Tama. Here is the change, and you called it quite right. Sadil Ramdani coming on for David Malona. Exciting teenage talent. I can't help thinking that really hurts for Indonesia. Adib, Davis. Adib scored the all-important second goal against Lau. Looks for Tanabalan. Putra clears at the expense of a corner kick.
Well, Malaysia having a bit more possession in areas where you like them to be. And that corner have come out from a decent build-up play, I must say. A nice little through ball towards Tanabalan, and earns that corner.
Comes a long way again. Shamakuti is holding his head. He thought he had a chance to get a header on goal. Irfan back to his goalkeeper, Haziq. This is football for Selangor, who next year hope to have this Shah Alam as their home stadium once again.
And again, but even a lot of bend in the right area again for me. You can see the wide bodies. And today he's just taking his eyes off the ball very last minute. There's a chance.
Rizaldi. Into the knockout stages now, so as the clock ticks towards the 90-minute mark, teams will get more and more afraid of conceding a goal. Might just become that little bit more cagey. At the same time, players are going to tire. 6 games in 12 days. It's quite some onerous schedule for Indonesia. Yabas. Still Yabas Ronnie. Good tackle from Adam Noor. At the expense of a corner.
Well, the man from Papua just showing a turn of pace. We saw it a couple of times in the first half. On his weaker left, certainly looks like he's just started the game. He's ready to go.
It's actually been given as a goal kick. Adib, ahead of February. Davis gets past February. Gets the second ball in. Jaffrey just not on target. The long ball over the top. Haziq stays on his goal line. Ezra heads towards the corner, but the support for Ezra. February. Step over from February. Evan Dimas attacks. Evan Dimas!
So you don't give Harian that kind of space, and that's what he can do for you. Beautiful cutback, and then Dimas makes a lot of work to just get ahead, and then makes that little space, try to squeeze out. The angle just got a bit off, too acute for him. That's a chance there.
That's Indonesia's best chance. So the decibel level goes up even further. Norazlin. Davis. February defends brilliantly. Corner.
Well, he's just done an attack. Beautiful attack with lots of power play involved, and then yeah, there's another power play involved here from Harian, making sure Matthew Davis didn't square that ball.
Flick on and wide from Jeffrey. The ball from Safari, the flick from Jaffrey.
Well, I thought it was a goal. That's beautiful. That's coming off attaining ground. Sometimes in a game like this, the set pieces can separate a team, and how unlucky Jeffrey Fidel's Chu was on that occasion.
He's literally got the eyebrows on it. Normally that's enough. Barland's header, Jaffrey will chase. Jaffrey a little bit winded, he landed awkwardly. Shabandi. This is Shama's been a proper battle. Evan Dimas is winning the battle against Azamaze. Shama caught by Shabandi.
Got to be impressed with Evan Dimas and Shabandi. They've worked very well as a duo in midfield. Evan Dimas just been picking out that spot. The one's marking him, he's pinging those balls.
Safawi. Ezra Walian is onside. Ezra for Indonesia. Still Ezra Walian. Still Ezra Walian. Till Irfan Zakaria hacks clear. Danger not over. Yabaz Ronnie has eke out to claim the ball, and Ezra Walian, well, he had a major chance.
Well, you just wonder if Marinas was on the pitch. You just wonder. Ezra Walian's been having this problem from the start of the match. Gets into great positions, and then again he gets stuck here. He did really well in the first one, I must say. He lacked the pace. Adam Norazlin did really well to recover.
That was all about pace. Shama Kuti's all about power. Great tackle from Shabandi. Shama up quickly. Jaffrey broke on the edge of the box. Oh, we've got a game of football at Shah Alam. Shazwan, Tanabalan, Jaffrey!
Oh, that flick on from Tanabalan. He knew exactly he had a man behind him. Jeffrey Fidel's shoot never got it right, because he had to sit really well before he could get it on target. Always tempting. You take your first touch on the inside foot. He's looping in front of you. You're always going to volley it, but a little bit more focus. That could be the goal of the tournament.
Malaysia have already won gold in the Chin Loan. Maybe Jaffrey was trying to play a bit of Chin Loan, win another gold. Best spell of the game, though, for Malaysia. They have upped the pace a little bit as Tanabalan closes down on Putugede. Maybe the extra match they've played, maybe the tougher schedule will hurt Indonesia now. Shamakuti. Davis wide. Shama. Davis still available. Jaffrey the target. February will come the other way. Davis loses out to February once again. Azam steps in. Quick feet from Safari Rashid. Free kick, Malaysia.
Coming a bit late, and then a little quick fit, left, right, earns that free kick in a good position, and Malaysia pretty good from the set pieces. I gotta say, Jeffrey Fidalsu attacking the right areas. Satria Tama is always getting that 6-yard box, making it his own.
He's a good goalkeeper. Just wide. The chances are coming. Jaffrey again.
Not many chances before buries one of this. Unmarked. Malaysia's been always good, doing good from the set pieces. We saw him miss one from the corner. That is unlucky, this one. Again, he gets it really well in the air. Lips is right, timing is right. And sometimes he's just going to knock it from where it comes.
That's probably his best chance. The voices you hear are Malaysian. Shazwan. Safawi. Osvaldo Adila's hay is being prepared by Indonesia. He's going to be coming on imminently. It's a whole new attacking threat. The man who's coming off, Ezra Wallian.
Well, not the best of matches here for the number 10.
Interesting to see who'll go up top. Will it be Osvaldo, because he's 5'0"? Maybe the pace of Yabas Ronnie. You can see the thinking of Lewis Miller there.
Well, you can understand Yabas Ronnie. He's got power, he's got pace. And he's seen a couple of balls getting behind that Malaysian defense. All he needs is a quick guy. And that's Ezra Wallian's biggest drawback in this match at the moment, because he's got into great spaces, but he doesn't have the pace to just finish it.
Final of the SEA Games Tuesday night, 29th at Bukit Jalil, the revamped Sports City venue, which is looking beautiful. Davis clips in a cross. Shama misses out to Osvaldo and pulls him back. Referee sees no advantage accruing. He's a good ref. Sorry, sir. Extra time and penalties if required to decide who meets Thailand. Yabes. There's a difference.
He's playing on the shoulders of Irfan Zakaria. Well, we know for a fact, pace by pace, if that ball gets behind Irfan Zakaria and Haziq Nazli is playing a sweeper-keeper role, he's not in a good position, Yabes Ronnie will win this race. So, as much as we're talking when the ball is delivered, you've got to shut down the players that are delivering the ball. At the moment, Ivan Dimas is getting all the time and space to put that ball, and they're going to keep trying until they get a goal.
Tanabalam onto Azam. He was clipped by Yabes Ronnie. enjoying it?
Well, second half, brilliant. Intensity, the commitment of the players, the way they've gone about creating chances. Can't ask for a better second half after what we've seen in the first half.
Jaffrey trying to play in Davis. It was the right idea, poorly executed.
That's what you need from him, just dropping a bit deep. Good first touch, not the second touch there.
Saksikan had to come off in the game against Vietnam. He went down injured earlier on.
Well, you suspect he's playing with an injury. I mean, you mentioned about Kumaran, you mentioned about Satriatama. Kumaran's gone off. You want to play your best 11. If they're 80% in an atmosphere of this such, of a magnitude of this such, you can understand why Satriatama has kept Malaysia at bay.
A short bench. They've got suspensions, they've got injuries. Lewis Miller is away. David Malana, right ankle strapped up. Kumran, right knee strapped up. The goalkeeper not going to be taking this goal kick would suggest that it is a genuine injury.
Only listed 6 on the bench with 80% goalkeeper.
79,800 the official attendance.
It's full house.
200 spaces just to allow a little bit of segregation. Jaffrey chases into the channels. Well played by Nugroho. Is it just me, but this SEA Games, these two groups and the Thai boys, physically stronger than previous years?
I think the approach has changed over the years. Indonesia, we saw it last year in the Suzuki Cup. We did mention they half and puff, they got to the final, they lost against a very, very good Thailand side, but against the rest of Southeast Asia, they were a stronger side physicality.
Davis back to his goalkeeper. We're into the final 15 minutes. It's goalless, but it's been a good 0-0. Not a classic. Certainly the occasion hasn't got to the players. Jaffrey chases into the corner. Where he delivered for that Tanabalan beauty against Myanmar. No such delivery this time. Azam. Referee not fooled by that. Still alive. Tanabalan. Tanabalan blocked. Still Tanabalan. Who's in support? Edge of the box. Clipped from Shamakuti. Corner kick.
Well, great work for Malaysia, retaining possession. And then Tanabalan, unlucky on the first, great defensive work. And Shamakuti coming late. Just trying to get that on his inside right. You can see that deflection takes it off for a corner.
That's good goalkeeping. Coming out for the ball. Yes, he's received a bit of a clobbering. He'll be all right.
Well, again, he's getting onto between both the players and then makes a big hand. Draws that foul. It's been impressive, Satriatama. Remember, Indonesia was successful under goalkeeper Kurnia Mega for many, many years. He had that little craziness in him in a good way. And you can say Tama in the footsteps of that man.
Can't think of an atmosphere for an under-23 match that could top this. Maybe the Rio Olympics, yes, the Rio Olympics when Neymar rescued the nation's Olympics. Certainly it is right up there with atmospheres, this. Evan Dimas, picked off by Irfan Zakaria. That's one. And perhaps 20 metres further wide. Semi-final. They're always tense.
I just got to remember earlier in the day, we saw a 95th minute goal by Chandrok Sampavi to get Thailand to the final. And again, both sides, Malaysia and Indonesia, that game, Myanmar and Thailand cancelled out each other. It was a one-goal game, and I can tell you this is a one-goal game as well.
Groho. To get it. Navas Ronnie adds a little bit of spirit and pace. Osvaldo Ardiles. A teenager with a lovely left foot.
Well, he's a left footer playing on the right. Started most of his games in the group game on the left. Certainly for tactical reasons here, Yabes Ronnie pushing forward.
You don't want to move Hebri. Hebri's been outstanding, both in going forward and neutralising Matt Davis. Evan Dimas. Yabes made a good run. Sadil Ramdani. Looks for Febri. Febri! Touch lets him down.
You can see that run. Just made a run 25 yards. And I'll tell you what, if he's taken that on his left foot, he would have got that glued. He's got a sweet left foot. Takes it on his right foot. Don't understand why. Maybe he wanted to take it early. And then that's a loose touch.
Quickly taken. Davis. Crossing has not been on point from Matt Davis today. Azam wins it back. Davis available. Tanabalam, the pass is behind Tanabalam. Evan Dimas. Groho. Dimas, clever. We like that.
Well, now I'm finally seeing the Evan Dimas that Indonesia has been talking about. I've been covering Suzuki Cup last year. So much hype on the boy. He's been perhaps struggling with that hype, and now came a man for a big occasion and instead of showing his colors.
Yabes. Irfan gets a touch in to deny Febri. Evan Dimas, how often he's in the right place to pick up the loose ball. Osvaldo. Goes past Shazwan. Yabes. Yabes Ronnie!
No harm in doing that. Thought he had Osvaldo in support. You can see Osvaldo's frustration. And he had every right because he made that little space, the gap between three defenders from Malaysia. He hits it too much underneath the ball, always rising.
Shama comes short. Just the one change so far by Natagong Kim Sui, and that was an enforced one. Wants to keep as much as possible. The team he's got there intact. Added. Davis. Interesting in the match against Lau. Weren't overly impressed with the people who might come in for the starting 11.
Well, I think Ronnie living up to what they've done against Myanmar, and then after that performance against Laos, it affects. And currently 83 minutes on the clock. You can say that has really affected how Malaysia's gone about as well, because it's not been the same kind of game. As much as we say Indonesia tactically been spot on, Malaysia's been not up to the mark, but it's still all to play for.
Swaldo, tricky, Yabes. Pushing on the back of Adam Noor Azlin, who looks very happy at left centre-back of 3.
Well, it just shows a lot of strength there, Adam Noor Azlin. Just kept Yabes behind him until he drew that foul.
Zaldi discovering the expense of a throw-in. Davis makes the run. Tanabalan throw finds him. Ricky Saputra covering. Tanabalan. He's blocked. Defensively, Indonesia have been very good. Have been half chances for Malaysia. Tanabalan. Rizaldi, Shama. Rizaldi gets it away. This is Ramdani. Ramdani running. Nabas Ronnie. Red shirts now getting up in support. That is a really important challenge from Azamaze.
Well, I agree with you, Desmond, because that was a 3-on-3 situation. Saleh Ramdani has gone past Azamazi, but again, going back to Azamazi, he's not been in the game, neither in the first half, neither in the second half. Very well marked. A lot of homework be done by Indonesia to make sure he was quiet.
Corner. Utagede with a strong challenge on Jaffrey. Trots over. Adam Noor Azlin, who scored the winner against Brunei on match day 1. And this goal at this end. Tanabalan!
Magnificent header here. Take a look at his run. There's an angle to his runs, and then picks up an area just on top of that 6-yard box. And then I gotta tell you, he redirected that header. Take a look here. Not the highest of leap, unmarked, but it's all about how he redirects that header, because it's not easy to beat Satria Tama.
He is the man who always seems to score the important goal. Tanabalan. The resistance of Indonesia is broken on 87 minutes. Shah Alam is rocking. As Shah Alam celebrates Tanabalan's 4th goal of this SEA Games. Now Hazik Nadli can't believe that this is a genuine injury. This is one of the more unsavoury elements, unless something has hit him emotion-charged occasion. Full house. A late goal. The fans' approval. Indonesia heartbroken. Heartbroken.
Well, just trying to keep things neutral and alive. There's still minutes on the clock for Indonesia, and they have been good enough for a goal. For Malaysia in the second half, they certainly turned on a little bit more than that compared to that first half, and they got that goal. Set pieces, we mentioned it, could be separating these teams.
Free kick. Shamakuti. Has to take it further back. Is the resilience left from Indonesia? They showed terrific fortitude to deny Vietnam in the group stages. They've had chances here. Change now being made. Gavin Adsit to come on. A powerful left foot midfielder sacrificed. Final change. Final throw of the dice by Lewis Miller. Gavin Adsit will go up front. Osvaldo wins the header. Adam Noor-Azlin wallops it deep as he can. Five minutes to add. Corner kick for Indonesia. Hope springs eternal for Indonesia. The Merang Putra are not done yet. 5 in the penalty area, 1 on the line. Header over the top. Strong header from the Groho.
Landy Seto Negroho did a very good run as well.
Saputra, my apologies. And Tanabalan left in a heap.
Well, I thought Tanabalan's he took a step back. That was just enough to put off. I thought it was Negroho, but it was Ricky Saputra. Just hits the top of his forehead, and Tanabalan's presence was just enough to put him off.
Here's the goal from Tanabalan, directing it beyond the goalkeeper.
Well, it's not an easy skill. Jeffrey Fidel's shoe will tell you that. He's had 2 chances, almost in similar position. And now Tanabalan, it's a special skill when the ball comes to your head, and then that last little minute just redirects it beyond and past a very good goalkeeper in Satria Tama.
Change is on. Shami Safari replaces the goal scorer, Tanabalan. Reminder, if Indonesia equalise, extra time. And Indonesia will throw everything at Malaysia in this remaining 3 minutes. Tanabalan came back onto the pitch. Malaysia had 12 on the pitch for a moment then. Safari down the line. Out of play. Got a feel for Indonesia, Stam.
Well, they'll be hard done at the moment by a very good corner and a very good header by Tanabalan. They've been good for a goal, as I mentioned earlier. Malaysia has turned it up a little bit in the second half, and they've made it count. That's the only difference. You create chances, you get your set pieces. Who made it count? Malaysia at the moment.
Safari Rashid being replaced by Shafiq Ahmed. Safari was on his way to take the corner. You can only hope this doesn't rebound, because if Indonesia score a late, goal, a late equaliser. Safawi is off the pitch. Saksikan on. Excellent performance by Safawi Rashid. Tanner Barland's goal in the 87th minute. The difference between these nations under 23 competition. Indonesia desperate to come close. That's rather wasted. Shama misses the header. And then atones with the tackle. Yabas Ronnie, that was naughty from Yabas Ronnie.
Absolutely intentional, malicious, and it's the worst time to lose your emotions because Malaysia is just going to run down the clock.
Jeffrey Ferdow's true, nearly getting involved as well. Referee will need eyes in the back of his head in these last couple of seconds. Adam Noor Aslin into the corner. Clever ball for Tugede. Late goal put Thailand through in the first semi-final, 1-0 against Myanmar. A late header goal. Will it put Indonesia out of the competition? Shafiq Ahmed, goal kick. Satya Tama, into time added on to time added on. And there have been injuries in injury time. That's naughty, that's a free kick for Indonesia. Emotion, tension, passion. Ricky Saputra. Sadil Ramdani. Sadil's ball gets through. Osvaldo! No penalty. Referee on point. Stanley Bernard Samuel.
Well, I genuinely thought it was the right call. I think Osvaldo is even convinced that he deserved that penalty. Take a look here. He's lashed out, but I don't think he's gone across him completely. Osvaldo went down even before the tackle was made. And you got to be brave as a referee to kind of give the penalty at that minute.
Final whistle goes. An emotion-charged Shah Alam. Players on the ground from both sides. Malaysia's 87th minute winner from Tanner Barland propels them to the final. They have beaten a brave, resilient, heartbroken Indonesia by a single goal to nil. Tanner Barland, magic man on the spot. A nation rejoices.
Well, you got to give it to Malaysia at the end in the second half. They made it count. It was a very 50-50 game, I must say. Evenly poised, but you got to take your chances, and that's exactly what Tanner Barland did. You got to feel for the Indonesian side. I thought they were the better side in the first 45 minutes. They didn't enough to get on the score sheet in the second half. I thought Ezra Walian could have put Indonesia in the score sheet, but is just not good enough. Malaysia and this man, Tanner Barland, will go on to the final.
The final will be at Bukit Jalil on Tuesday night. Poor old Indonesia. Tears, they've played their part. Sadil Ramdani, almost inconsolable. It's good to see the rapport between the players. It was a proper game of football. It was a mature game of football. It's had a dramatic finale, the latest of winners for Malaysia. Goalkeeper with goalkeeper. The emotion for Indonesia. But this group of players for Indonesia, Stanley Bernard Samuel, they will come strong.
Well, it's certainly going to be a formidable side as they grow into the senior side. You look at David Maulana, Ivan Dimas coming to form. They've got a good bunch of core players.
foul. We were expecting tension. We were expecting drama. We got tension. We got drama. And we got Malaysia through to the SEA Games final against Thailand. They've beaten Indonesia by 1 goal to 0. From Stanley Bernard Samuel, myself, Des Corkill, the home team at the International Broadcast Centre and at the SEA Games. Commiserations, but be very proud.
Itu dia satu perlawanan yang sangat mendebarkan dan akhirnya Harimau Malaya berjaya membaham Garuda Merah Putih yang terbang tinggi sebelum ini. Dan itu dia, akhirnya Malaysia berjaya menempah tiket ke pentas akhir untuk menentang Thailand selepas menang 1-0 yang telah dijaringkan oleh pemain yang mencetus fenomena. Siapa lagi kalau bukan Tanah Balan pada minit yang ke-87. Dan Tanah Balan juga adalah seorang pemain yang sejak semenjak ini dikaitkan dengan gol-gol tadukan yang dikaitkan dengan gol bertaraf dunia. Dan itu dia, akhirnya Malaysia berjaya melangkah ke peringkat akhir untuk menentang Thailand pada Selasa. Dan tempat ketiga pada esok antara Myanmar menentang dengan Indonesia. Dan satu lagi berita baik yang saya ingin sampaikan adalah pemain skuad hoki Padang juga berjaya melangkah ke final dan akan menundukkan Singapura 9-1 pada perlawanan malam tadi. Dan jangan lupa untuk untuk menonton dan menyokong skuad hoki Padang Negara pada esok di Stadium Hoki Bukit Jalil. Dan kita akan teruskan juga untuk melihat apakah acara-acara yang akan berlangsung pada esok. Baik, itu dia jadual perlawanan esok 27 Ogos 2017. 20 acara sukan akan dipertandingkan dengan 34 pingat yang akan ditawarkan. Antaranya adalah pelayaran dan taekwondo menawarkan 4 pingat, juga dengan basikal track. Bilet dan snooker, judo masing-masing menawarkan 3 pingat emas dan akuatik, di futsal, gimnastik berirama, luncur ais, bowling padang, sepak takraw dan juga bola tampar masing-masing menawarkan 2 pingat emas. Dan kita akan lihat Okey, baiklah, sekian saja daripada kami di WhatsApp KL 2017 dan terus ikuti kami di Harian Metro, BHTV dan NST dalam program eksklusif bagi temasya Sukan SEA Kuala Lumpur 2017 ini. Dan wartawan kami juga akan membawakan siaran secara langsung bagi acara dan sukan yang dipertandingkan bagi semasa ke semasa. Dan salam sukan untuk semua, tahniah buat anak buah Dato' Ong Kim Swee dan saya Aziz Aris. Assalamualaikum dan jumpa lagi.